What's up, guys? So as you've seen from the last video, Ratchet is getting caged, finally. So right now I'm headed over to DID, where the car is, Dynamic Innovation and Design. He just sent me a few pictures. I haven't seen the car yet. It looks like the main hoop and the rear bars are all mocked up. So I want to head over there to get some footage of it and just get the whole process of everything. Super excited to get all this done. Big thank you to my friend Roy, who owns Dynamic Innovation and Design in the Baltimore area. So if you need any kind of fabrication, roll cages, signs, anything really, anything that needs fabrication, he's the guy to go to. So please hit him up. But yeah, I'm excited. So I think what I'll do is just like make a real cool montage and B-roll of the whole welding process and all that. And then afterwards, we'll go over it and check it out. And I'll show off the finished product. So thank you guys for watching. Let's get to it. Alright, so, sorry, just went through the tunnel. I just left 1320 Fabrication out by BWI Airport. They hooked us up with some chromoly that we needed. Pretty much the down bars, I don't know what they're called, the ones that go through the A-pillar, need to be redone. Just bad communication. Nobody's fault. I mean, pretty much my fault because I wasn't specific on where I wanted them. If you have a Foxbody, you know that they have to go at a certain spot in order for the dash to fit right and not look goofy. Personally, I did not want to cut my dash hole up. I just want to have it go through the speaker hole and then as far forward as possible. I'm 6'5". I need all the space I can get. So ideally, I want that all the way far forward. It was a little bit too far back, and unfortunately, I had to make the call to have them redo it, sadly. I know it sucks. It delays it a lot. We had to buy all new material. We got back there from Jason at 1320 Fabrication.
The car's done. The guys at 1320 Fabrication absolutely killed it.
Thankfully, he had some and he didn't have it for crazy prices like everybody else did because of this war we're in. So I'm gonna head back there and work on the new bars and the door bars. They have to be remade as well. Unfortunately, that's just part of it. That's part of building a car. You know, sometimes you got to redo stuff. Sometimes you got to waste money on things to get it right or get it where you want it. And you know, you cannot build a car and think that's not going to happen, because the first time it happens, you're going to give up and you're going to say, this ain't for me. So you always got to prepare for that. The good thing is it's not a big deal. It's not a big section. I mean, I shouldn't say it's not a big deal because I'm not the one doing the work, but it's not like the whole cage has to be redone. It's just them 3 bars total, or 4 bars total. We're not doing a dash bar, so that doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to the shop now and see if we can try to wrap this thing up this weekend. It's Friday right now. it'd be nice to get it out of there sometime this weekend. So we'll get back to the montage of putting this thing together. All right, guys, so as you see, roll cage is about 95% done. The reason why I say 95% is we haven't finished these back bars yet, and that's because the battery is getting moved to the middle, spare tire well is getting cut out, fuel cell, and then I'm gonna try to make these bars have the ability to mount some of my weight on the two sides. So I'll probably put like a thread on the bar that comes here to lock it down. That way it's secure. I don't have to do it this ghetto way anymore. I mean, this is just straight up in sheet metal. Not the best for 200 pounds. So for the most part, it's complete. It's a 10 point. It should be able to be certified to run 850s, hopefully. I was told that they're not too particular about 850 stuff. It's more so the 25.3, 25.5 stuff. So originally, this was an S&W cage for a coupe that I bought secondhand, but it was all brand new. I grabbed this up for dirt cheap. And at the end of the day, it's not really S&W anymore because we modified everything. Yeah, everything. I mean, the only thing that really wasn't remade was the main hoop. Other than that, I mean, nothing is from this kit. And that's, you know, these door bars, which have a little 8-degree bend in them to clear the armrest. And then these windshield bars, they weren't from the kit. Actually, the ones that were sent with the kit stopped like right here. So they weren't even right. S&W's out of business, so, you know, I can't hit them up. We weren't gonna do a dash bar, ended up doing a dash bar to be able to mount these bars to that. So this isn't one straight bar. It actually, you know, right here, it mounts to the dash bar, and then there's one bar that goes down. The reason why we did that, he was just having a hard time making this bend go all the way to the floor. And, you know, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned how we had to redo this. I had to redo it because actually this stopped about right here. So these bars were actually on the other side of the dash, and I really wasn't trying to cut the dash up. Please excuse all this wiring. This is all in the middle of getting ripped out and redone and cleaned up. That's why it looks so bad right now. But yeah, I tried to get him to match these as close as possible. It's as close as we could get it. I mean, this is a hard bend. You got to angle up here, then you got to meet the angle down here, and then you got to make sure it stays close to the A-pillar, or else it'll go into the dash. So you're working with like 3 different angles, trying to make it right. It's just, it's difficult. But when you look straight on, I think they match pretty close. That's all I was worried about. From the outside, I didn't want them to look uneven. So they go with the A-pillar as good as he can make it. You know, looking back, I wish I would have just had him make all new bars right here. Originally, I didn't even want to use that Halo bar. He said he could make new bars, but we ended up just using the Halo bar. So, I mean, it is what it is. Later down the road, if I want to change it, you just cut from the main hoop forward and just get a single bar that goes all the way down. It'll look a lot cleaner, I think. That it is what it is. It's safer than it once was, so that's all that matters to me. I also got him to add a roof bar right here, and the main purpose for that is, for 1, structure, but 2, I can mount my parachute handle right there. That way it's not back here anymore. I don't have to break my arm and shoulder trying to get to it. So now it'll be right in my face if I ever need to use it, that is. Still able to use the rear view mirror, which I have a digital one that I'm going to put there with a backup camera and a front facing camera. You got the down bars, the way that goes down with the body line, that looks really good. And then we just got to finish up the rear end, and then this will be 100% complete. So once again, like I said, if you're in the Baltimore area and you need any kind of fab work, I mean, literally, it can be an old Redstone bod, like the Plymouth over there. It can be a lift kit for a truck, fences for houses, deck work, gates, signs, literally any kind of fabrication work. Go ahead and check out the company right here, Dynamic Innovation and Design, Welding and Fabrication. I know it's got the car and the lowrider because that's what he's into. He's also got some LS stuff as well, but literally he'll do anything. No job's too big, no job's too small. Right here, 500C Earls Road, Middle River, Maryland, 21220. The phone number 443-477-8156. Hit up Roy, tell him what you got. I guarantee he'll be able to help you out without hesitation, and he'll get right on it, knock it out for you. Top-notch work. I'm also going to be helping him make some content, so please check out all his social medias. I'll put them right here. Leave him a like, give him a follow, check out his work. I'm going to try to get him to post more on his social media to put his business out there. Honestly, I don't think he needs it. He's already swamped. This was almost like a little side project to him. So I'm going to get back in here. I got to pull that turbo off because it's going bye-byes. Staying local, but it's getting out of my possession. So I got to take that off, do a couple other things. I may even fire this thing up. It ain't ran in about a little over a month. I just got to hook up some wires, what I disconnected, and it should fire right up. So I'm going to get some work done. It's absolutely beautiful in Maryland today. It's in the 80s. I think it's 82. And why waste a day? But yeah, I don't know what else to say, but the cage is done. You guys can finally get off my back about it. I know people commented every in-car video, where's the cage? You're crazy going that fast with no cage. Get a cage, get a cage. This isn't even legal, but I feel a little bit safer. It is a little bit safer. And it is what it is. Maybe one day we'll do a 25.5. But until then, I'm going to rock this out. I'm going to keep making content. I'm going to keep tuning cars. And I'm going to keep trying to make this thing as fast as possible. Got big things in store this year that I haven't even talked about yet. So we'll get there eventually. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for checking out the process of this cage. Follow Dynamic Innovation and Design. And I will see you guys on the next upload. That thing's kind of slow. fuel? Probably 20.